Hello then, welcome back to E4 in France. I do apologize, first of all, here for last episode, it doesn't actually have any audio. I have no idea why, because everything worked when I was testing right before the episode, and I tried to actually watch the video and try and add some audio on top of it. It just didn't feel good at all. I could not make it work properly. So basically here what happened last time was that we destroyed Austria. We got military attack 26, which means that we got a boost to morale by her whole point, and also combat width by 2, as well as new types of infantry and cavalry. And we've been using that to basically kick Austria's ass in a very severe way. They are beaten and broken. And we took advantage of this by declaring war on Milan, who's allied with Poland. And basically what we did was declare war on them. And, well, we're making peace here with Austria until, well, Milan can't actually call in Poland at all. So basically we're just going to continue where we left off. It's basically just been an episode of warfare where we focused on basically not getting an arse kicked while kicking some ass. So it wasn't really that much that was lost. It was basically just a lot of footage from the opening of the war, if you will. So we're basically just going to continue with that, and we'll see how this goes, hopefully in our favor. The goal here also is to take, as you know, Venice, hand that back to Venice, and we might actually also go for taking Brescia here, as it's not actually a part of the Holy Roman Empire. Hand that over to Venice and then potentially go for the annexation, as they have, well, they've extended their use, they are done, they have reached the end of the trail, if you will. And as I said before, I kind of want to keep Denmark around, because they are actually colonizing quite a bit, and that is really helpful for me. In terms of England here, they haven't actually done much. They are, well, just sitting there in their little island that I left them with, and as I said, not really doing much, they're just chilling. But with that said, we'll continue where we left off here, just continue sieging, keeping Vienna covered, of course, and I think more or less this war is over. It's just a matter of time before we can go ahead and make peace, and that matter of time is basically how long it takes to beat Milan here. For now, however, we'll just go back to sieging, and I'm pretty sure we will be able to make peace in a little while. You guys are actually moving towards my forces, and I don't like that, so we're actually going to move these guys a little bit further south. Milan actually attacked us, which is awkward to say the least. We might actually lose this battle, and I think we're actually going to, so why don't we have you two stop there, have you guys retreat. Yeah, just retreat back to Paris, it's fine. And my here has been converted, good. I think my ruler is old enough now that we can actually, yeah, we can consider making him a general, and we will, just for this battle. 3-1, that's not good at all, but it'll do the job. And in terms of what we can do here, we can actually update again, diplomatic again, but also admin tech to get ID group. But I don't feel we need that right now, so we're going to wait with that. We're going to attack the Milanese army here. Didn't get any negative modifiers, which means that we should be able to wreck it rather brutally, rather efficiently. And if I'm not mistaken here, Milan doesn't actually have that many castles. There we go, the army has been shreked. And as I said, Milan doesn't actually have that many castles. It seems like they have focused on having a bigger army rather than, well, creating castle infrastructure, or castles, if you will. No leader in this one. Do I want to try and attack this army here? Like so? Let's see how it goes. We're going to get, of course, some crossing and terrain penalty, but the funny thing is we're still going to win this battle, and manpower is very much something that I can sacrifice in huge amounts, so it's not really that big of a deal. We're just going to keep on ping-ponging this army around, I think, until it breaks. It should definitely be possible. Oh, it's running far away now, so can't really ping-pong it anymore, but you get the idea. It's going very well. Savoy has been sieged, Piedmont. I think I can actually make peace with Milan now before I do Austria, hilariously enough. But I do definitely have to make a move on the island here of Venice. Trading in wool, trading in copper. we're becoming trade powerhouses. Cuneo actually has a castle. That is something I did not see. And we'll have to do a double army here to actually siege that, but that is fine. I'll make a move on the army here. It's the remains of Milan and the other army, so it should be perfectly fair that I just go ahead and destroy that, hopefully. Milan actually got the negative modifier this time, as you can see, crossing. And in terms of Rome, Popey, it's time for you to leave this war. We don't need you here anymore. So let's just piece the Pope out, which lessens the amount of force that's actually on the island. And we'll just join it up with another army, and that should be enough to break that. There we go, that army is gone, and I'll just split this one in two. Oh, I split the wrong army too. I want to split this one, the one that was in battle. And I can't actually split it, we'll have to do them for siege. But yeah, basically now all that remains is just wait, and then we can make peace on both, well, with both sides here. We'll do an upgrade in diplomatic tech though, because we're reaching the, well, the maximum. Maximum colonial range increased by 200, settler growth increased by 25, East Indiaman and Great Frigate, which basically means now that I have all the ships at their final form, if you will. So I could go ahead now and start building some bigger trade fleets, some, well, basically anything I so desire. I think we can also very soon here take the constitutional monarchy, but I'll wait until the next year just to save a tiny bit of admin points, because we're going to be coring a lot of land very, very soon. We just sieged Lorraine's capital, Velthringen, and with that we can of course piece them out, because there's no good reason to actually keep them in the war. And I think it's time to start getting the miners out of the war here. Frankfurt is not sieged, so we can't really do anything about them. And what I mean by getting the miners out of the war is that I want to get the as many war operations coming in as possible, because it's an achievement to basically have 10 of them at once. So with the countries that we can, we will be forcing them to, well, hand those war operations over to us, and we'll see if we can make something work here. But of course, with most of these guys, it will not be possible. But the Palnate, things like that, it is very likely and very possible to make that work. But for now, it's just Frankfurt and Magdeburg left in this war, which we can force that upon. Holstein we can't sadly not do, even though it would give me a ton of money. I'm also very tempted to get rid of the Hansa. Sorry, the Hansa, not Holstein. The Hansa, because it would give me a lot of trade power in the area to just, well, have them gone, if you will. Could also even claim Defender of Fate if I really wanted to. It's actually very tempting to claim this thing, because it would help with the problem of my war exhaustion. But yeah, all that really remains is just siege Cuneo. So I think I'll make peace here with Austria, because they have more or less they are beaten. There's not really much else here I can do. Could potentially go for handing something over to well, to a vassal, but I think I just won't. I think instead we're going to can I go for humiliate? It would be hilarious if I could. I think I'm missing I'm just missing 1% war score to do that. One tiny percent of war score, which would have been hilarious if I could just humiliate him too. But I could make Nassau a Polish vassal, for instance. Graubünden to Switzerland, St. Gallen to Switzerland. Why don't we just do this? It's going to break Austria up a tiny bit. And let's face it, it's going to help me with the relations that I have in the Holy Roman Empire. Poland is very happy with this, so I can't really, well, complain. They're going to be happy with it. And I'm going to basically get some prior projection from taking the land from Austria. So I think we're going to do this. I'm pretty sure Poland will not join into the war here. I just can't see them doing it. We have 171 relation with each other. Austria has accepted the offer. I gained 44 prestige. That's a lot. And 26.5 power projection for both me and Poland. Austria loses 102. So we're basically max, which is nice. And with this, we have of course also the duty to start coring these. And as I said, they would be expensive because they are important provinces. But once Wien has actually been caught, I should get the better than Napoleon achievement. So with that, we'll just wait until the last Milan province has been sieged, and then we'll make peace. Austria is no longer a valid rival, which I guess makes sense. We basically have now harmed them quite a bit. They are not as big as scary anymore. They've lost 4 very valuable provinces. They lost 4 more provinces to other Holy Roman Empire princes, and as such, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how things progress from here. And also in terms of Milan, I'm going to hand this over to Venice, most likely, and then we're going to annex them. So we're actually growing here very, very quickly. But for now, I'll sit back, as I said, and wait for the Milan war to end, and we'll see what happens. There we go, the siege of Cuneo is over. Sadly, we'll have to wait until we actually have caught the Austrian provinces, because let's face it, if I were to go for this, I would be over the overextension limit, which would not be good. So as I said, we're just going to wait now until the time is there, if you will, and then we'll see what we'll do. I think I'm also just going to do a little bit of a Nazi thing and hand that over to Venice too, because hilariously enough, it's something that we can afford in terms of war score. And aggressive expansion doesn't really seem to matter, because we had a collision, but it vanished very, very quickly. And if a collision appears again, we can just go ahead and declare war on whoever's in charge of the collision, and end it right there, nip it in the bud. And the funny thing here is, since I have imperialism, I can declare war on anyone I want, so it's not a big deal. This will be a deal we'll be making with Milan as soon as basically the coring with Austria is done. So I'll sit back, I'll wait until the cores are completed, and then I'll get back to you. The cores are almost done, they're currently 90%. I will spend quite a bit of money here building training fields for, as I said, the achievement to have 1 million soldiers. Sorry, not 1 million soldiers, 1 million manpower, so we're going to be building a lot of training fields. We're earning quite a bit of money too, so what I'm going to do here is actually probably do some more investments into trade. I do earn a little bit less money now due to severe trade crisis. It's just a minus 25% modifier that will last for about a year. So with that said, what we'll probably do here is keep on building things and just lower the armor maintenance whenever we aren't waging war. Bohemia is basically a very likely target to attack now, and the problem with attacking Bohemia is called Lithuania. Lithuania do have quite a bit of forces. As such, we've done an upgrade to our army here. I added basically 24,000 regiments, which means that I added 96,000 troops to the current army. And as you can see here, we have basically 4 times the amount of troops as the Ottomans. Bohemia is actually 4th here, and Lithuania is 5th, so they do have some power, but they aren't really close to any of these. Delhi is, interestingly enough, the only one who is really close to us, except for Manchu. So we should probably take a quick look about how the other parts of the world are doing. Delhi has conquered a lot of land, as you can see, but India is still basically cut into 4. Bamanis, Gujarat, Delhi, and Bengal. Persia still has a pretty dominant spot. Ottomans haven't been able to really do much other than conquering the Mamluks. China and Japan looks kind of interesting though, and also, Central Asia, I guess I should say. It's still not really much have happened here. There's still a lot of fighting kingdoms, but Manchu is slow but surely growing, so it could be interesting to see if they will be able to conquer China itself. Auchi broke free of Japan, so it's going to be interesting to see if they actually manage to reconquer that or not. But other than that, the map is pretty straightforward. We have most of the land, as you might imagine. We still haven't bothered doing anything with, as you can see here, the Kokomas or anything like that. Incas are here, we haven't bothered doing anything with them either. Holland and England still retain their one province non-colonial rules apparently, so it's an interesting way to look at things. But as I said, Vienna has now been conquered, and with that we do get the better than Napoleon achievement. Very, very nice. So as I said, I'll probably go for some smaller achievements here, just play until the end. I have no idea if I will upload everything, but I probably will, just far more condensed than I'm doing now. And I'm tempted to just see how efficiently from now on I can conquer the entirety of Europe. I'll just focus on Europe. I won't focus on basically, I might fight the Ottomans, just cut off them from the sea here, make the map look a little bit pretty again. But I'm a little bit unsure how I want to handle the rest of this game, if you will. So we'll go ahead and make peace with Milan, and we will make course out of the promise we took from Milan. We'll also start the, as you know, integration of Venice here, which will cost me 825 diplomatic power. It's incredibly expensive. Now I'm pretty tempted to check something here. I should probably complete my administrative ideas, because this would mean that I would save 160 diplomatic points doing it, but it would cost me 1 diplomatic point a month, so it's kind of a double-edged sword unless you apply to an extra lot of it. I'm also tempted to get this one, but again, 0.5 armor tradition versus an extra point a month. I think I'll go for that point a month. We're also looking forward to getting constitutional ideas. I'll choose the military idea, and the military idea we'll choose is most likely the aristocratic ones for the extra national manpower. But also give me this one, which will help with armor tradition. I might get a 666 general, for instance, and things like that. So we'll have to see just how things work out there. But I'm a little bit unsure what I want to do right now. I think the clip on England, just finishing them off, might be a good idea. But I'm going to think of that until next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.